Hello and welcome to GOA365's News Bulletin with me, Maithili. In a bid to create awareness about a growth sector in the state tourism industry, specially focusing on projects like marinas, the Confederation of Indian Industries Goa chapter on Thursday held a half-day awareness session on nautical tourism.
The Confederation of Indian Industries Goa Chapter Task Force on Nautical Tourism has been encouraging to create an environment for local tourism industry to operate in an ecologically and environmentally sustainable manner. Thus, an awareness session on nautical tourism was held in Panjim to discuss the pros and cons of the marina projects in Goa. The half-day-long session had several speakers from various companies putting forth their views before the audience about the good and bad effects of the marina project. However, the members of the village panchayats and locals of Sangkwal and Bambolim failed to be present at the awareness session, even after having been invited, thus raising a question mark on whether the information would be passed on to the locals who would basically face the problems if a marina project comes up in the village.
Firstly is what is there at the moment. So you do baseline surveys, you conduct various types of baseline surveys to assess, let's say, the fish, the benthos, the birds in the location, and this all comes within those baseline surveys. So you do a water quality, you'll do an air quality, and these are all required, and it's part of the approval process to see what is there, and then what happens when the marinas project is one is when it's being constructed, and the other is when it is in the operational stage. What happens at that time? What is your zone of influence? What are the effects? Once you know what are the what is the present existing fauna in that location, then a lot of there are various methods or various options to minimize that impact. Transport and access. So this is applicable for any project, whether it's a building or whether it's a complex you're setting up, and a marina, of course, is to have proper access to the marina. How will the traffic come in? Where is there adequate parking? You don't want to have the roads full, people trying to park on the main roads. You should have a dedicated parking area. So it's part of a planning aspect to work out how many vehicles will come in, what rate they're coming in, and then plan adequate parking for them.
The marina projects in Goa have been facing opposition for the past few months, not only from the local people, including the affected fishing communities and also ruling parties' legislators representing these areas. Sensing public opinion building up against the proposed marinas, Chief Minister Lakshmikant Parsekar had earlier assured that the marinas would not be forced on the people against their wishes. Meanwhile, Chairman of CII Goa Task Force on Nautical Tourism, Hemant Arundekar, also gave his perspective on the awareness session.
Beaches of nautical tourism is one of the products that need to come into Goa, and you have been hearing a lot of talk about it in the papers and in the media. So CII thought that it would be a time whether we can pass on information with respect to how nautical tourism can benefit the state of Goa. So that we had certain experts from the nautical tourism side. We had asked the punches and the people from the villages where it is proposed to be part, so they also get an understanding of what that infrastructure means, so that they can then decide whether this side of facility is acceptable or is good for them or not. Like I said, marina is an infrastructure. Like how a car needs a road, a boat that comes in needs a place to dock. And like if you've seen my presentation, like we have jetties where boats do dock. So we wanted to keep it simple and understand whether a docking station for a private yacht is acceptable, and the facilities or the norms that it needs to comply with, so that Goa being a very small place, environmentally conscious place, none of the rules are flouted. We need to know that all the rules and regulations need to be followed or in very